Well, just the other day, I was discussing about the New Year's Eve event in New York and how I would not want to be there and how dangerous this day and age going to events like that is. You just don't know what's going to happen. It seems when there are large gatherings, whether they be political, whatever, there's bound, you're just asking for trouble because you don't know what nutcase is going to do what they do. And sure enough, something did happen in New Orleans and in Las Vegas, but both of these guys are veterans, Army veterans. One of them was a Green Beret, and the other one, I believe, a communications officer or something like that. He was radicalized by ISIS, made no secret about that. So that's pretty shut and closed. You know, they've already been to his place. They've checked that, talked to his brother, I believe. They know the story with him. Okay, he actually moved into a community that he could afford much better than. But where was his money going? I don't know. It's too late now. It seems every time one of these events happens, one of these terrorist events, whatever you want to call them, they kind of change the mold a little bit. They're using whatever they can. He used a vehicle. Anything can be turned into a weapon if you do it and you think about it hard enough. Now, this guy in Las Vegas, I want to give you my thoughts on that. This guy, 19 years in the Army. Man, he was just ready to retire. A Green Beret, that is a lot of training to receive. He was a master sergeant. Okay, that's about as high as you get without any college degrees in the Army, in the enlisted ranks. You can go higher than that. You can go first sergeant. But to get any other position, sergeant major, command sergeant major, you're competing with a lot of people. So it's pretty hard to reach any ranks above that. You could spend more than 20 years, probably make that. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about rank. Something just is not right with this, and I don't think he intended to hurt anybody. Because let me tell you why. And I have had the experience and the privilege to know some Green Berets when I was in the service. I was not in the Green Berets, but I was stationed at some places around some and pretty good guys, and they are highly trained. They're one of the U.S. Special Forces. Now, this guy was planning to blow up the Trump Tower in Vegas. I live there, and that must have been built recently because I don't remember it, but I've been gone for 20 years, more than 20 years. But he had the experience and the know-how to construct something way better than fireworks and fuel oil, camping fuel oil. He would know better. I think the intention was he wanted to end his own life. There's so many ways this could end up. But let's just say he wanted to end his life, why would he rent a Cybertruck to do that in? And why would he pull in front of that Trump Tower? So what it looks like to a lot of people is it's somebody that doesn't like Trump or Elon Musk because, well, he got a Cybertruck and he pulled in front of Trump Tower right there under the name Trump. Don't know. They're saying that he had no animosity towards either one of them. But I would think if you were wanting to end your life and do it publicly. Why, you know, I don't know why anybody would want to do that. But he probably knew that a Cybertruck was not going to explode. It would explode, but not like a van would or a normal car. I mean, it's a stainless steel. These things are bulletproof. And, you know, they're doing the investigations. They found him. They say he was dead before it exploded. So he either had to have it on some kind of a timer, or he had somebody else involved with it. You know, it's not hard to make timers for these things. But I think we're going to find out. I don't know. To me, it sounds like a setup, man. This guy was highly decorated. This guy had 4 Bronze Stars. I mean, he had everything. Now, on the other hand, he did suffer a brain injury. Not sure when that was. I can't remember. He had it for a while, probably in Afghanistan. But why are they keeping him in? Why are they letting him stay in if he had these kind of issues? What is the military doing these days? I mean, I went to the hardware store today and started to ask for my military, you know, get my veteran discount. And I don't know, as a veteran, hearing 2 veterans on one day did these things, you know, kind of tarnishes us. And I know it shouldn't. And they're human beings. Just everybody's a human being, whether you're a veteran or not. They go through quite a bit, you know. I don't know. I think there's a lot more to this story, and we're going to start finding out. I had to get on here and talk about that guy. Now, I mean, the other guy, that's pretty much open and shut. You know, he got radicalized, and what he did was just cold-blooded. And I don't think the other one had intended to hurt anybody. If he had wanted to do that, he certainly had the training and the know-how to do it. And he could have took half that building out if he wanted to. But he didn't. And I believe he pulled in there like 7 a.m. Now, if you've ever been to Vegas, that time of morning, I could be wrong on the time, but I believe it was around 7 a.m. when he first showed up. There's nobody around, you know. Yeah, there's more people than there would be anywhere else, but that is a very slow time in Vegas, is early in the morning. So if he was intending on having victims, he would have waited. I mean, he would have done that New Year's Eve, right? He would have waited, or he would have done that. There were so many places he could have went, but he pulled in there, and you know, nobody was there. I didn't see anybody out in the video. Didn't even break the glass, and the fire burned hot inside the vehicle where he was unrecognizable. Kind of funny that his ID and all that, and you know, of course he'd have to have his ID, but I don't know. This one don't set right with me, so something don't smell right with it. He gave no indications. I mean, at least that the media is letting us know. He gave no indications that he was even considering doing anything like this. Because I don't know what it's like in the military now, but they used to be pretty darn strict. If something didn't seem right, I mean, you got to understand, you are around a lot of people when you are in the military on active duty. You are, you know, I don't know if he was living off base. I know he was in Germany, but you are constantly around a lot of fellow soldiers. Somebody's going to pick up on something that don't seem right, and they're going to report it. So we're going to have to find out, but my intuition's telling me that there's more to this story. Why he would pull into Vegas, you know, and then these Cybertrucks will drive themselves, but they won't. I don't think you can program them to pull in. I don't know. Maybe they can be controlled. Who knows, man? I don't know anything about these new trucks, but maybe they could be controlled from somebody's computer and driven. I would say that is possible. And if he was dead before then, he could be a patsy for something. But still, it would be somebody that had no clue what they were doing, using fireworks. Yes, there is explosives in fireworks, but not that much. Yeah, I mean, they're lucky it even blew up the vehicle like it did. Fuel oil. Then nobody, and he had weapons training. He had explosives training. So he would have known how to do it right. And there's things you can go buy off the shelves at feed stores and things like that, to make a much bigger boom than what fireworks did. So I'm not quite sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think he intended to hurt anybody? That's what I don't think he did, because he certainly had the know-how to do it if that was his intention. I mean, not even the fact that he was a Green Beret, any basic soldier could do better than that. I mean, and it's a sad situation that the Army did not pick up on this, if in fact that was the issue. At first I thought maybe I couldn't believe it. I'm like, maybe somebody is threatening his family. If he doesn't do something, they're going to, threaten his family. But I haven't heard anything about that. Certainly, if that was the case and his family was threatened, they're still probably not going to talk about it. So something's going on, something don't smell right in Denmark, man. The other guy in New Orleans, that's, he's in hell right now where he needs to be. And all I got to say is I'm pretty ashamed about the Army right now. I don't think they care about their soldiers like they used to, if they ever did. But they certainly, Here is another fact, okay, before I go. When you are on active duty, okay, you do not go to sick call. You do not go and seek counseling. You don't go and do those things. Yes, they'll tell you those are available to you. But what they don't tell you is it's frowned upon, and it always was. If you're sick, you push through it. If something is bothering you, if there's a death in your family, you push through it. Yes, you get leave, funeral leave, things like that. But they must not have picked up on anything with him, or he was really good at hiding it. I don't know. So let me know what you think. I just thought I'd give you my opinion on it, because it just doesn't make sense. A guy with that kind of training, to basically light up a firecracker when he could have really done some damage, but he didn't. Maybe he did commit suicide, but I don't believe his intention was to take anybody with him. Don't know. Leave me a comment. Happy trails.